Take a picture with your family?
Sure.
I'll get out of the way.
Congratulations, Ryan.
Thank you. Thank you. Just get yourself in the middle.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we can move on. Need a motion to establish the consent agenda. Alderman Danahill made a motion. Alderman Stewie second. Roll call, please.
Alderman Danahill.
Yes.
Alderman Keeler.
Yes.
Alderman McCarthy.
Yes.
Alderman Wolf.
Yes.
Alderman Emmett.
Yes.
Alderman Stewie.
Yes.
Motion is passed.
Okay. Consent agenda, consideration of the following list of bills stated. Regular bills, fiscal year 2025-26, and supplemental bills, fiscal year 2025-26. Consideration of the following minutes. City Council, May 27th and June 10th, 2025. Planning and Zoning Commission, June 18th and July 2nd, 2025. Civil Service Commission, July 17th, 2025. And Fire and Police Commission, July 12th, 2025. And approval of Resolution 2025-08-0496R authorizing settlement of the preceding Humbert versus City of Oak Forest case. Need a motion? Alderman Emmett made the motion. Second? Alderman McCarthy made the second. Roll call, please.
Alderman Emmett.
Yes.
Alderman Stewie.
Yes.
Alderman Danahill.
Yes.
Alderman Keeler.
Yes.
Alderman McCarthy.
Yes.
Alderman Wolf.
Yes.
Motion is passed.
Okay. We'll go on to police. Consideration of the approval of the renewal of Motorola Solutions body-worn camera 5-year contract in the amount of $186,300. A memorandum from our Chief of Police, Scott Durano. Need a motion? Alderman Emmett made the motion. I need a second. Alderman Danahill made a second. Scott?
Good evening again. This one's a little louder than the other side. Yes, this contract is for a renewal for our body-worn camera program. We are actually in year 3 of 5 of our current contract with Motorola Solutions. The agency has just received our 3 new body cameras, our 45 new body cameras for the agency. The program has been fairly successful for the uses that they've been required for prosecutions and also reviews of cases and incidents. This contract will extend out to year 2032. With that, throughout that time frame, we will receive 2 series of new body cameras every 3 years with that. The price, there has been an increase in cost over the years since we initially started our program, but this cost for the 5 years is less than our initial cost than what it was 3 years ago. So with that, we recommend that we continue with Motorola Solutions. It does tie in with our in-car camera system and the cloud software and all our redaction software that we use for FOIAs and so on and so forth. So with that, I would seek approval, request approval for the 186 for a 5-year contract through 2032. Also, this program or this contract is consistent with Sourcewell pricing.
Okay. Any questions? Alderman Emmett.
Chief, this is going to be run through the IT department, the servers and all that. We're keeping up with that hardware to keep up with your cameras because the way they rapidly change so fast.
Yeah, so the software, the big thing with this is the big thing is the storage. of it. The servers are basically just vehicles to go ahead and upload the footage up into the cloud system, which is what we use.
Okay.
Now, that cloud system, that cloud program, it's unlimited storage. So, I mean, hours upon hours of footage that we're taking, we're not storing that on our servers. That's on a cloud, but it is backed up as well too. So we don't have any threat of losing it or anything in the near future.
All right, thanks, Scott.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Emmett.
Yes.
Alderman Stewie.
Yes.
Alderman Danahill.
Yes.
Alderman Keeler.
Yes.
Alderman McCarthy.
Yes.
Alderman Wolf.
Yes.
Motion is passed.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Public Works, consideration of the approval of a revised proposal from Calumet City Plumbing in the amount of $89,000 related to the emergency replacement of a city storm sewer located at 15401 Natalie Drive. For information, it came out of supporting details from Public Works Director Mike Salamovich. Mike was going home today, so I'm going to turn that over to Moses.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm presenting this for the Public Works Director tonight. Essentially, this is an add-on to a contract, an emergency contract that the council already approved back in, I think it was early July or late June. Just to recap, a storm sewer that ran from Natalie Drive east to the creek started to collapse. So an emergency repair and contract was entered into. The storm sewer was replaced. If you kind of figure where Natalie Drive is, that run from the road to the creek, about 75% of the sewer was going to be replaced. That is that portion that failed. During the excavation, it was discovered the last, and I'll say 25%, was discovered to be very frail. So the right thing to do is to replace the entire run from the creek to the street, where it ties into the structure in the street. So it's one continuous run of a brand new sewer. So that increase is being requested from the original contract price from $74,000 to $89,000. The Public Works Department will be doing the restoration of this sewer that runs between two houses. It is anticipated that it's going to take 2 growing seasons, so this fall and next spring. Why? Because of settling. Just to make sure everything is settled properly and then graded and seeded and blanketed, when that is ready to go. So we're anticipating 2 growing seasons between this fall and next spring, just to kind of return the area to a like condition as before the sewer project commenced. So that's being requested tonight as a motion for that additional increase.
Okay, I need a motion. Alderman Emmett made the motion. Need a second? Alderman Wolf, second. Anyone have any questions? Alderman Emmett.
Moses, on this stuff, I know we didn't do an RFP because it's supposed to be emergency. Are we using the city's stone? I mean, what are we doing over there? Our crews are there. They're using our stone. We're taking dirt out of there. Who's paying for all this?
So that's all being documented. So that
Okay.
$89,000 fee, I don't want to say not to exceed, just in case there's contingencies. But yes, we are using stone. We helped with the disposal of the soils. So we don't believe at this time that the fee is going to be $89,000
Gotcha.
because of materials that we were able to use. But that's being all documented.
Okay, I'm just
Yeah.
making sure, usually a contractor does anything, our employees aren't assisting.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure if we're hauling semi-fulls of dirt out there, who's paying for the disposal of that, or vice versa?
Yeah, like I said, that's being documented. I don't want to say not to exceed like we normally do,
Gotcha.
just in case there's an unknown that may pop up.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Emmett.
Yes.
Alderman Stewie.
Yes.
Alderman Danahill.
Yes.
Alderman Keeler.
Yes.
Alderman McCarthy.
Yes.
Alderman Wolf.
Yes.
Motion is passed.
Okay, thank you. Administration will be next. Consideration of the approval of a major special event permit, Chicago Gaelic Park's Irish Fest, August 22nd to the 25th of 2025. I need a motion. Alderman Emmett made the motion, second. Alderman McCarthy. Any questions? Okay, roll call.
Alderman Emmett.
Yes.
Alderman Stewie.
Yes.
Alderman Danahill.
Yes.
Alderman Keeler.
Yes.
Alderman McCarthy.
Yes.
Alderman Wolf.
Yes.
Motion is passed.
Okay, second, the consideration of the approval of a major special event permit, Oak Forest Park District Old Times Family Picnic, August 31st, 2025. Motion made by Alderman Danahill, second, Alderman Wolf. Again, any questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Danahill.
Yes.
Alderman Keeler.
Yes.
Alderman McCarthy.
Yes.
Alderman Wolf.
Yes.
Alderman Emmett.
Yes.
Alderman Stewie.
Yes.
Motion is passed.
Okay, thank you. Approval of ordinance number 2025-07-11000, authorizing an amendment to the Code of Oak Forest regarding a number of authorized liquor licenses. This all came with supporting details from its city administrator, Moses Avendack. Need a motion? Alderman Wolf made a motion. The second? Alderman Danahill made a second. Questions? Roll call then.
Alderman Wolf.
Yes.
Alderman Emmett.
Yes.
Alderman Stewie.
Yes.
Alderman Danahill.
Yes.
Alderman Keeler.
Yes.
Alderman McCarthy.
Yes.
The motion is passed.
Okay. Approval of ordinance number 2025-08-11060, authorizing the issuance of a Class F liquor license to Hanamat Incorporated, 14717 South Central Avenue. Again, this is coming through City Administrator Moses Emmett. Motion made by Alderman Emmett, second. Alderman McCarthy. Questions? Moses, you want to?
Yeah, I just want to note, because of the ordinance that just passed, a code amendment really isn't necessary because it's all happening in one meeting. The number in the code amendment ordinance will not change. In theory, it all happens at the same time. So when the former owner of 7-Eleven relinquishes ownership of the business to the new owner, that automatically goes down. So what the council is doing here is creating a new license. So therefore, a code amendment in this case really isn't necessary. Does everyone kind of get the whole rationale of that, the reason behind that? Versus if this happened by itself at a meeting where a code amendment, where we cleaned up the number of liquor licenses didn't occur. So just want to make sure that everyone is comfortable with that. I think the business owner is in the audience, so I did ask the business owner just to appear in case, just to introduce themselves to the council. I didn't know what really past practice was, so this gentleman here will be taking over the ownership of the 7-Eleven down the street.
Anyone have any questions? Would you give us your name for the?
Guys.
Give us your name.
My name is Shubham Patel. I'll be running the 7-Eleven down the street right here, and I'm happy to. They haven't disclosed the closing date yet, but I'm happy to do a business out here.
Anyone have any questions for the owner? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Again, roll call, please.
Alderman Emmett.
Yes.
Alderman Stewie.
Yes.
Alderman Danahill.
Yes.
Alderman Keeler.
Yes.
Alderman McCarthy.
Yes.
Alderman Wolf.
Yes.
Motion is passed.
Great, thank you. Congratulations. We welcome you to the city. Okay.
Mayor, do you mind if I further discuss about the liquor?
Please bring up what you're doing.
All right, so in light of the approval of item C tonight, where we just kind of ironed out, previous issued licenses with what we have on our books, what we have in our code, and in light of the transfer of the liquor license to 7-Eleven, I guess in a general sense, I would like to get some feedback from the council, some direction from the council on future issuances of liquor licenses. So generally, Right now liquor licenses, extra licenses don't exist. In the future, if somebody requested a liquor license, the city council will have to authorize a code amendment to increase the amount of liquor licenses by, how many is being requested. But that's your purview if you want to do that or not. So in any event, I'd like to get some direction from council on the types of liquor licenses that we need to be encouraging, that you would like to see, as we move forward. We've had instances in the past where people have arrived at City Hall and have submitted applications. I am holding on 2 applications right now from 2 existing businesses in town that we weren't expecting applications from. And I just want to get a sense of the council of, what you'd be open to with issuing liquor licenses moving forward. The council is under no obligation to issue liquor licenses, but, if there's types of licenses or types of businesses that you'd be open to, that is the direction I will need from all of you moving forward. Practice, at least in my history, has been that if somebody wants a liquor license and the city or the village is open to that liquor license, pursuant to direction from council, staff will physically give that person a liquor license application. They would go through the process. We would do our due diligence. And once an application is acceptable and complete, we would bring it to the council to authorize that liquor license. So, I am holding on to 2. For 2 existing businesses in town, but I'd like to get feedback from the council moving forward, regarding your pleasure with liquor licenses. So, any questions?
Any comments? Any questions? I mean, what we are finding out is more and more people are asking for specific kinds of liquor licenses, which then create an issue with how many do we want to have, because they would like to have not only a liquor license, but change their liquor license to add gaming to it. So when in the past, there's been discussions on the council about how many people do we want to have gaming. So it's really up to the council to decide, do we want to continue to make those types of licenses available or not? That's all we're looking for. So if there's some kind of direction you want to give Moses, this probably would be a good time to do it. Alderman Wolf.
Just to clarify, like 2 applications that you're waiting for, or you have on hold. Is it a business that already has one of the types of liquor license, or is this
From what I understand, they do not have a liquor license. They're both restaurants in town. One's a sandwich restaurant, one is a breakfast restaurant, from what I understand. But regardless, in general, I would like to just the general pleasure of the council of, what we need to encourage and what you be open to, what you may not be open to. Obviously, everyone has a right to come before council, at least to speak. But, at least at the staff level, the day-to-day operation level, we're able to relay the sentiment of the council of whether that be something you'd be open to.
okay? Because we do have set limits.
Yeah,
right.
Right now, there are no licenses available.
Correct.
So that would be your pleasure in the future if you want to create a license for whether it's these 2 businesses or any other business that comes to town.
Yeah, and I don't see that being as a problem. I do look at it as far as the establishments we have, and I've seen over the times that X amount of liquor gaming license and opened up all these little boutiques. That's all it is. It's a way to have gaming and serve booze. And that to me is something that I think we've built more than we should allow as far as what they offer to the city. So I don't know how that fits in to answer your question, but it is something that you have to look at it one at a time to see what it is, I mean, and what establishments we want and what corridors. So I don't have a problem with the restriction of coming to council.
Treasurer Kelly.
I was going to say that in the past, I think that if there is an existing business or a new business coming to town, somebody who wants a liquor license that doesn't have one, I think that the alderman would appreciate getting a heads up on that. And I think because we have several brand-new aldermen that have just been elected, it gives them an opportunity to know what's going on or know about somebody in their part of town that might be interested. I think that would be very helpful.
Alderman Emmett.
I don't know if I could agree with Chuck. I think he's trying to get out there. When he was on planning zoning, several places asked for the video gaming, and they pulled the wool over our eyes. They told us they were going to be an Italian restaurant.
Right.
And we approved it, and they got gaming. And one place was supposed to be Italian food, outside patio, and it was nothing. I think if you're in there gaming, I had never been in there, but they give you a piece of pizza or they run get a piece of pizza. I don't like giving gaming license to places that are not a true restaurant, something in that nature. That's my personal opinion. Jim, you were on the council then. We had a couple pull the wool over our eyes, and I don't think we could have pulled it back. I just don't want to make sure that happens again, because it is supposed to be Italian foods, Italian recipes, you name it. I hope that's what Chuck was kind of talking about.
Right over at 159? Yeah.
Yes, you are
Yeah,
right.
No.
We have current ordinances that do not allow gaming cafes. You do know that.
Yeah,
They have to have a full kitchen.
But
And that goes through very strict
they told us
inspections
that.
and
Full
regulations.
kitchen could be a frozen.
Well, I don't know
pizza.
about then, I'm saying now.
Okay, gotcha.
Current
Thank you.
staff regulates all of this.
Okay. I mean, before,
Yeah.
you weren't here, but that's
Right.
what they pulled on us. Thank you.
Alderman Danahill.
I think if there are existing restaurants in town already and they're looking for a liquor license or gaming, that's one thing. But you're right. We've had more and more people come in, say they're going to do all of this, and then they turn around and it's nothing but a gaming cafe.
Right.
So that's what's happened in the past. That's
Right.
what we want to eliminate. If there are existing established businesses that are a restaurant and want to add to their restaurant, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, Paul, you want to add?
Just to add to City Clerk's point, we did put in a code amendment in place for specific requirements for restaurant with video gaming licenses. The discrepancy, I think, that Moses is speaking of, City Administrator, this evening was the fact that we do have a license classification still available there for that, but staff has done a job based upon what the previous council wanted on those, not to be allowed as any of the existing licenses can stay, but there was not to be any new boutiques to be popping up. And I think some of the points that the council made this evening are good ones. And also I think there's, maybe even look into something like how Orland Park does theirs, where there's a restaurant that has been established first before you can come back and ask for gaming, so that you can process it in that route, if that's something that you guys would be interested in. But that was my sense. Thank you.
Moses?
So I'm hearing a couple things. No new gaming cafes, may be open to existing businesses, restaurant businesses, but at the same time, maybe want to refer both of those businesses to the applicable alderman for further discussion, and then we'll take it from there. Does that?
Alderman Keeler.
Are those two restaurants looking for gaming or just the liquor license right now?
Liquor license, me personally, did not get into the application.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't talk to them at all. From what I understand, they came here and submitted an app. We took the deposit and whatnot. But, because I was doing this cleanup, with regards to the licenses and kind of hitting the reset button of where we're at, I haven't dove into that. So I've not had any conversations with those business owners.
I think we should look into see what they're looking for, just for the gaming, right? I mean, for the liquor, or liquor and gaming, If they're looking for a liquor license, I have no problem with that.
I personally spoke to one of the applicants, and it's for gaming.
Okay. Are
That's the ultimate goal.
established and
Yeah.
they're a restaurant and they're serving food, I have no problem with that.
Alderman McCarthy.
I'm gonna steer clear of more boutique little ones coming up. We have plenty in town. I don't think we need more of them around because they're everywhere. And even the one by my house that says pizza, they never had food in there that we've ever seen. And so, I mean, I don't believe what they would put, but I mean, like the existing businesses, I agree they should have the opportunity to come before us and at least let whoever decides to vote for it.
Anybody else?
One more thing. If
Yes, clerk.
if these businesses have a condition where they have to have food, to have their liquor and their gaming, and we see that they're not doing that, and it's in violation of their conditions, then I feel as the business license commissioner, I should be told so that we can hold them on a hearing and correct this issue instead of sitting here and not doing anything about it. If that was part of their conditions, then we need to do something about it. But we need to be told. So that's all I have to say.
Just to elaborate a little bit more, in my past position, the city council really wanted to stay away from adding the cafes as much as possible. And as you can see, if you drive through Crestwood, they have cafes everywhere. The other issue, though, is once people start seeing places like that come into town with gaming, at that point in my past history, I've had everybody from a florist ask about machines to a car manufacturer, car place that's, trying to help get some money in to pay for some of their business things. And I've often told them, no, that's not what we have ever looked to do. So the reality of it is, if people on council at this point now are okay with established businesses that are restaurants to be able to do that, if that's the message we're sending to Moses, then I think we can move that forward. And then as far as other, licenses for other types of businesses like gaming cafes, then we can address that at that time too. So is that, can I say that the council is okay with that at this point? Okay. So I think you have your direction. Okay, thank you. We'll move forward to community development. Approval of ordinance 2025-08, 11020, authorizing a variation request to allow additional signage in the C2 General Service Commercial District at 4152 West 167th Street. Assistant Community Development Director Paul Rain is the one who gave us this information. In motion, Alderman Danahill, or was that a scratch?
Scratch, but I'll make the motion.
Okay, that's a good motion. Second, Alderman McCarthy. All right, Paul, would you give us a background?
Yes. Good evening, Mayor and City Council. Before us this evening is a sign variation for Dunkin' Donuts at 167th Street, 4152 West 167th. The property is located across the street from Country Club Hills, large shopping center over there, nearest to Kilbourne and 167th Street, as you can see in the middle of the screen here. The request is a variation to allow for 5 signs where 3 signs are allowed in the C2 General Service Commercial District. This is a picture of the existing Dunkin' Donuts. They're looking to do a refresh and rebranding in plan with similar to the 159th and Cicero. version that they have been updating, so that will be conforming with the new branding standards. What is currently allowed by code is one primary sign with 2 accessory signs. This is 2 accessory signs. This is 2 accessory signs. This is unique in the fact that it's located in an outlot with frontage on all 4 sides with, facing in all different directions rather than a standard property where it's got a front and backyard. As you can see here in the elevations provided, it's, rather simple idea, of them kind of coming up with the conformance of the design package that they're doing on all of the new Dunkin' buildings. So with that, I would entertain any questions.
Questions? Okay, roll call, please.
Alderman Danahill.
Yes.
Alderman Keeler.
Yes.
Alderman McCarthy.
Yes.
Alderman Wolf.
Yes.
Alderman Emmett.
Yes.
Alderman Stewie.
Yes.
Motion is passed.
Second, approval of ordinance 2025-08-11030, authorizing a special use permit to allow automobile dealership in the C3 Central Business District at 15360 South Cicero Avenue. Again, information provided by Assistant Community Development, Paul Ruin. Motion, Alderman Emmett. Second, Alderman Wolf. Paul?
Okay, second on the agenda here for community development is a special use permit for an auto dealership. Well, that's the wrong one picture there. There we go. It's located at the northwest corner of 154th Street and Cicero Avenue. This property was already approved for a auto dealership in 2022, at which time the previous owner never moved forward with the full-on purchase of the property, and the property owner has been working on negotiating with all of this in the time of running the repair shop that was Sergio's before that. So in order for them to expand into the 15350, which was the old auto dealership, and then the 15360, which is the old drive-in, they would need to come before you guys for a special use permit for the auto dealership component of it. As I said, it requires a special use permit in the C3 Central Business District. And the code requirements for auto dealerships is a minimum of an acre and 160 feet of frontage. That was the reason for the additional property that needed to be assembled in order to make it work. The frontage on Cicero, as well as frontage on 154th, and then as well as meeting over the minimum of an acre. This was brought before Planning and Zoning and recommended for approval with the following condition, that the automobile dealership shall be limited to 50 cars for sale at any given time. And then lastly, I provided a site plan here as proposed. And I believe that's all I got. And the applicants here, if you have any questions specifically about the business rather than the request.
Any questions? Alderman Emmett.
Well, I attended the planning and zoning. Could you turn back that aerial right there? I believe another gentleman came in with a proposal, and the city council talked about who owns the asphalt. Is that City Parkway? If you're looking at this picture along 154th Street, that's City Parkway. I thought the other gentleman was going to have trees there and stuff like that. I don't want to see cars if that is our City Parkway. Who owns that? I mean,
so I do have some news on that, and that is something that we did relay to the ownership there, is that when we looked into it, there's actually a parking agreement with Blarney Stone next door that actually has designation to the spots to maintain them, to utilize them as overflow for their existing parking across the street, which was kind of weird to me, but it's already in the books there and signed and executed. So we, originally had looked at this one and the last one, I believe, for a parallel parking there with a little bit of green space there.
Okay.
And knowing that we already have some legal binding to provide the parking there to Blarney Stone, we let the owner know that that won't be constituted as part of his property.
Okay, okay. Thank you on that. And then with the Sergios, the picture looks like a junkyard to me. Do we have anything in special use that these cars got to be turned around every 30 days? Or can our building department go on there and request, how long our vehicle's going to be sitting on the property? And I'm not trying to pick on other towns, but I read Crestwood, when I read the newspaper, anything has to be fenced in, not seen, stuff has to be moved, that's their ordinances. I don't want to see if this business goes under. We have how many cars there? 150 cars. We'll be in court for several years to get it off the property. We got EPA issues. I just want to make sure that we're on it, because if somebody folds up and leaves, they're not taking the cars with them. And I'm not saying it's going to be this gentleman, but that picture's old.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely is.
I just want to make sure we have neighbors that live to the west on Lemon over there. We should, making sure our special use has, can our building department go on there? Our cars being totally stripped? Cars supposed to rotate in, brakes, exhaust, body damage. They're not supposed to be sitting there, like we used to call them buzzards in my day as a policeman chasing them. There's nothing in them. Come on, stuff shouldn't be sitting a year or two. Should be sitting more than a month or two on property. I like to see that to make sure we don't get, if a business belly up, we're going to be on the hook for towing all them cars. In the court system, forget, we'll be in there for several years to get property cleaned up. So I just want to make sure that we have that, some teeth in our ordinance to make sure it doesn't turn into a junkyard. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Actually, you're being very consistent here, because actually that was a point, and you brought it up, is the existing special use permit on file for Sergio's. When we approved that before they sold the property, and that has been transferred over with the building and the business with it. So that transfer still has that condition that you put in place about making sure they're license plated, that they're rotating. And if that's just a matter of going through it one more time, before we sign off on this, and we can make sure that that happens as well too.
That's why you're holding this position. Thank you.
No problem.
Any other questions? Alderman Wolf.
Yeah, I've got the same concerns when you look at it all. The lot we are looking at, and going into the parking as well, that I knew there was some type of an agreement with Blarney Stone. Is there a way to cut down that, as you mentioned, Paul, to cut down and put more landscape, even as a buffer where the stall is, but put more landscaping along that, even if it means giving up 4 or 5 of those spaces? Can that be done?
Not on this special use permit, but we could work with Blarney Stone to see if there is some flexibility with the parking agreement that they already have in place. Because that's my only concern, is just making sure we have it an updated legal agreement if necessary.
And you can't do it under this special use permit because of the agreement with Blarney Stone. Is that correct?
That is correct. Well, and also this would be off-site, so I mean we could require someone to put something in their right of way, but ultimately would require a city agreement in place with that for if there was ever a situation where we had to tear it out for utilities or other things, so that we have those agreements in place to protect ourselves.
And you're saying the requirements as well, would you mention an acre, 1 acre, and
160 feet of frontage.
that is good for 50 cars on that lot?
Yeah, well, and also the understanding is that there is the overflow in the back where they had, the car stored in the back there. if, not to say that those are necessarily super marketable when you're in the back parking lot, but.
I wouldn't think so.
But then at the same time, who's going to be out there counting to make sure how many, of the 50 cars are going to be sold at any given point in time. So I think this rounded number came from our previous special use permit that was in 2022, and that was just the consistency here on what was being approved this evening.
So the lot itself, though, these will be, as a used car sales lot, these are cars that someone can go in and actually test drive it. It's not, they're drivable condition and everything else. All right. You're not going in there to say, yeah, okay, this one needs brakes and this and this and this, and we can fix that up for you. You want it?
No, I mean, from what I understand, these will be fully workable used vehicles. And then they have the full service because they have the repair place next door that would have, them worked on in the back. And then, once completed and ready for the street, they would.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure this lot that we're referencing now, that's put some landscaping into it and that, and what they were going to do before, is that these are drivable cars right off the lot.
Yep.
And if they're not, I'm not for it.
If you could give us your name for the record, please.
Name is Mahmoud Aldik. I'm the owner of the property. And regarding the question, the cars are going to be 100% drivable. We cannot put cars in the dealership that cannot be driven. If customers come in, the cars have to be ready to be tested. So any car that is not ready to be driven will be in the shop to be fixed before it's parked outside.
Before they're parked on this lot.
Cars have to be cleaned, detailed, and tested before we offer them to the customer. Because Illinois law allows the buyer 15 days to bring the car back for any reason. So we, as business people, we don't want to do that and sell the car and see it come back after 15 days because they can bring it back by law for any reason that they think the car is no good. So we're going to make sure that the cars are good to go and be sold one way.
Okay, are there any other improvements you're doing on this lot? I do know, and I speak because it was brought up in planning and zoning as well, as far as some of the code violations in the building that the building department themselves had when going through that last under past ownership. And that was never corrected, so I'm
no,
just...
we're going to correct all the violations, no more violations. We're working on it, and I think one of the violations was the big sign in the front on Cicero Avenue, and we took the sign out. I took it down and cleared it. And the fence on the south side of the lot is going to be taken off soon. And on the front too, because it didn't look right. The other side of the lot, it doesn't have any fence, so there is no need for this fence. Bagley, and so we're going to take it out. And any other violation will be addressed right away.
Now, I realize the fences would be gone. And, I figure it was under, because there was construction is why fences were there, I think. But I would hope they're definitely going to be gone. But on the north side, there is a separation of, there is a fence.
On the north side, we took it out.
You took it off? Okay, because it looked like there was still some on the back end where, on the back of it, the cars are.
There's barrier between the building and the back lot for the cars that are there to be repaired. So these cars should be covered in the back. not.
And that fence would be repaired as well back there, because it's pretty rusted.
The fence, oh yeah, the fence would.
I mean, is it going to be replaced or something? I'd like to see an upgrade within the properties themselves.
See, we
Okay.
bought the
When I look
property.
at, I understand, but I'm just saying an upgrade to the frontage of the buildings that exist there, all right? Because we're talking about asphalt or new asphalt laid here, it looks like those businesses that you have currently could use new asphalt as well.
In the back, yes.
No. Yeah,
Yes,
and striped in the front as well.
the plan is to enhance the look and to take the value of the property up, not down. So we're gonna always enhance the property and make it look suitable for the.
Hey, does anyone feel, and I'd like to hear from others, but do you feel like there has to be conditions placed to approve this? But go ahead.
Alderman Abbott.
I think I'm speaking for Chuck today. I don't know. I think the aesthetics, that building and fence is old. It doesn't look good now. The other owner, it's been a top place for years. I think what Mr. Wolf is trying to say, you're going to take all the fence, the raggedy fence around on the north, south, east, and west. Are you going to have ballards or parking blocks? Something that's going to be low profile, or what are you going to have there? Is it just going to be the cars parked up to the city sidewalk? Are you going to have ballards so they can't remove anything off your property? If you go by the Burger King in Midlothian, I hate to keep picking on other towns, the Burger King looks like a little Joliet Joliet prison. They got welded, it's going to be a car lot. That's not my town, but it's ugly. It is ugly. I don't want that to us. They got rebar all the way around the place. Not trying to pick on the owners over there, but I hope we don't have that. Are you going to have solo ballards or something like that? Are you just going to have the cars parked there on the lot, nothing around it at all? No fencing, no.
We're gonna take the fence off.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
I don't think there's no need
Okay.
for the fence. We're not gonna do.
You're not going to have no ballards in there painted pink, green, yellow or something? We got to make sure what we're seeing here.
No. We actually built some islands. I don't know if you know that. We had some islands there that we're gonna have some
Okay.
plants in them.
I just don't want to see something later up. All of a sudden there's welding and it's a barricade, that he's aesthetic. I think he's saying the area looks bad now. If you can improve it, I'm all for it, I'm all for improving it.
We already improved the for Sergio. It's
Yes.
different now, and the other.
Oh, you're part of Sergio's?
Yes.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Best it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Another question for Paul. Why are we locked in to something for Blarney Stone? When was that intergovernment agreement or whatever? Why does Blarney Stone have rights to our city parkway? Some other administration made it. It's for life. I think we should be able to review things every couple of years.
We could definitely, I'm sorry. Yeah, we could definitely review it. I want to say that was back in the 90s or
But
so, yeah.
Here we have a business now. Before it was the top place. We know it was Dungy, and that's our property.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If this guy's going to come make the parkway with trees, make it look nicer, I like to see that. I think that's what Chuck's trying to say. We got angle parking there. The reason there's angle parking. Blarney Stone then bought the lot south of them for extra parking where the old house was.
Right.
Why are we locked into something from the 90s? Agreement should be 10 years, maybe the term of a person.
Right. Well, it's just one of those ones that's written, until, someone objects on either side. And I have never looked into it nor know I know just on a firsthand basis, there is some days where, Blarney Stone is, kind of wild and over,
Yeah.
But there's really not much elsewhere to go. But I think in a business like his, there's, some flexibility to be able to use it during the day for cars
Yeah.
and use it at night for bars, and whatever.
If he's going to fix up the whole corner, I think that's what we're looking for.
I thought that area belonged to us. And
So did we.
And I put stripes, and 11 parking spots there.
Oh,
and
well, they're-
Paul said it doesn't belong to you.
I mean, we thought we owned it too, the city. We were just finding out Blarney Stone has it for some unknown reason.
I paid $1,100 to do that.
Right, but-
And then, yeah, and
Well, if Paul says he's going to look into some, he will. I guarantee you that.
he
Get
said
your money
it's,
back from Blarney
on
Stone.
the next,
Nothing against Blarney Stone, but come on now. This is the 90s. This is 2024 or 5. Sorry, I'm
Everybody ready to
done.
finish? Any other questions? Alderman Wolf?
Where you're referencing where you asphalted and sealed, that's where there's it's a gate, the gate fence area?
I'm sorry, I couldn't get the question.
Where you paved over.
We paved it, yes.
Yeah, I mean, on the outside though, too, when we're talking about Blarney Stones and you thought it was part of yours and you started,
Stripe. Yeah, not paving, no, I just striped it.
well, I don't know, maybe I'm looking at an old picture, but looks like it could be used some striping.
I did stripe it, but found out it doesn't belong to us, so it was too late.
Can I ask, Chuck, are you done at this point, or you got others?
Yeah, pretty much, and it's the concerns of residents.
Okay.
No,
Can I just ask then, Paul, or to your owner, has there been any plans drawn up to show how this is going to look once you get through all the different construction and all the different, different changes you're going to make? Is there anything that's we could view or see?
In the future,
So what is before us is a site plan, which was provided. As far as any, building design changes or anything like that, prior to going through this process, the applicant has done some steps, as he knew from the previous approval was conditions on approval. That being said, there was a fence that was added between there and the multifamily to the west of there. He also started by taking down the pole sign that used to be the truck top place. He took down the canopy that was, in the middle of that for the actual drive-in. So there's been a number of things that he has done up front, but I believe he's not done yet. So with the site plan that we have before us, he did already do the landscape islands like he was talking about. The landscaping has not been inserted yet, but the islands are put in place. The asphalt was put there, the striping. There's still a few more items, as he said, with the fence removal and the like of that he would still be doing, I would assume. Eventually, you'd be looking to do something with the building itself. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Alderman Danahill, do you have a question?
I just was going to say, maybe if he takes a ride over by B&M, he can have an idea of what B&M looks like, and maybe that's something that,
I know. I've been in the business for over 25 years. I go to the auction all the time, and I know B&M, and I know.
Yeah, I'm just saying his design and the way he
I've
has
seen it,
and maybe, like if their bollards are there and
Yeah.
stuff like that, so
Yes.
people can't, steal a car and take off with it.
Yeah,
It's for your protection,
yes.
and it looks very nice.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it, yes.
That's all I had to say.
Okay. Anything else? Not? Alderman Wolf?
Just to add on to that, okay? But because you brought them up, it's, yeah, I was never too crazy with, this goes back, and I wasn't sitting here, but just living around there and seeing, okay, it was nice that the canopy was all torn down, but it just looks like a white shack now. And is that where the sales will take place?
Oh, no, that's going to be, you mean in the 15360? Was it?
Yeah, the lot we're talking about where the used cars are going to be sold.
Oh, we just did the flooring there. We did the floor. The floor looks beautiful now, but we have to fix the ceiling, the top roof.
Is that the 50 building or the 60 building? 150?
The 60 building is not going to be the office. It's just going to be there to just if we need to something to a car, clean it up inside because there's that garage next to it.
You know where I'm talking? I'm talking about the old lot there where it used to be a canopy and now it's a, that white building.
So, yeah, so 15360, the one that you're talking about is, as he was saying, going to be used for detailing. They have a little garage space next to the little office that's in there. The office won't be used for sales. Sales will be out of the 15350, which is the old El Marihad auto dealership. They also own the 15330, correct? Which is the old Sergio. So there's 3 buildings technically on site there.
Okay.
The 2 that will be utilized for the auto dealership will be 15350 and 15360. But 15360, as we said, will just be for detailing and employee space.
And the used cars themselves. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Alderman Emmett.
Yes.
Alderman Stewie.
Yes.
Alderman Danahill.
Yes.
Alderman Keeler.
Yes.
Alderman McCarthy.
Yes.
Alderman Wolf.
Yes.
Motion is passed.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank
Okay.
you.
I'm entrusting.
Okay,
Welcome.
all right, next, approval of ordinance 2025-08-11050, authorizing an amendment to section 32.449 facade improvement grant program for the city of Oak Forest. Do we have a motion?
Everyone's asleep.
Alderman McCarthy made the motion. Second, please. Alderman Stewie. Paul?
And lastly, for you guys, is a text amendment to the facade improvement grant program. Just kind of a brief explanation on the facade improvement grant program. It's a grant opportunity for businesses provided by the city. Eligible projects are for enhancements of exterior or ADA compliance requirements such as like painting, siding, brick, exterior textures, landscaping, and signage, and a list of others. What is the facade improvement grant and kind of what is its basis? The Economic Advisory Council is authorized to implement and oversee a facade improvement grant program to promote the continued use and maintenance of commercial buildings in the city and to recommend payment of grants to the business property owners for improvements to their building facades. So that's it in a nutshell based on what we were discussing. So discussion with both City Council in the past as well as Economic Advisory Council in the last few months discussed potential changes for the program to update it and make sure it's applicable and that it's sustainable to continue to do it in years to the future. So some of those changes included minimum eligible project costs, maximum reimbursement amounts, frequency of application eligibility for businesses or property owners, and then the inclusion of parking lots to ineligible costs. So just how does that exactly look? If we just look towards it in the red, the changes would require a minimum of a $5,000 material improvement to qualify for the project. Before it was done by a minimum of a $20,000 eligible improvements, which was just kind of a weird way to start it off with. So we've kind of alleviated some of that and put it in at 5,000. So it's substantial enough to make sense, but not a really a lot amount for you to kind of hit the bottom of the floor there. And then secondly was for the maximum, we were looking at a cap of $50,000 per project, per building for every 3 years. So if 3 years passes and there's multiple, tenants inside of a same building, they're able to tap into a maximum 50,000. And if not, then have to wait until that rolls over into the next 3 years. This way, we're able to help out some of those that may have a second project come around, and we currently don't have any kind of way to tell them other than once your amortization of the payback requirements, because the city does have a payback in case that you don't keep the product there, you don't keep as a business in town for a maximum or for a minimum of 10 years. And if not, then you have to pay back towards that grant because the city obviously contributed towards the purchase or sale of your property. So with that, the last thing I have here is taking parking lots and adding that as an ineligible allowance for costs. We have pretty much had that as a standard practice here, knowing that if we started paving parking lots that we would, be ran dry pretty quickly. And then the remaining changes, which I have included in the packet, are basically all procedural changes, basically making it so it runs the same way that it currently does, where EAC makes a recommendation, City Council confirms that recommendation, or makes changes as necessary. Before they were having it go to City Council first and then EAC second, which just doesn't, that's not how we do it. So, and then secondly, there was reference to the Economic Development Commission, which was amended to the Economic Advisory Council, which was, in conflict in its own chapter there. So with that, I will entertain any questions for the changes.
Questions, Alderman Emmett.
Paul, thank you for listening to us on the Economic Committee. You put all that together. You had to listen to a lot of people like you do up here, but you put it together in nicer terms, and hopefully to help out new businesses that move in. Thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman McCarthy.
Yes.
Alderman Wolf.
Yes.
Alderman Emmett.
Yes.
Alderman Stewie.
Yes.
Alderman Danahill.
Yes.
Alderman Keeler.
Yes.
Motion is passed.
Okay, thank you, Paul. Okay, we'll move into citizens' participation. We would like people to come up if they want to and talk to the council. Anyone want to come to the council and talk? No? Okay, we'll move on to old business. Anyone have any old business? Oh, my. Okay, any new business? Moses, you're good? Okay, we don't need an executive session. I would ask for a motion to adjourn. Alderman
wait, hold on.
I'm sorry, wait 1 second.
It's me. I'm making it.
I know.
Hold on.
We
I was going to say, did you let them know about the cow meeting? Okay. I just wanted to make sure we had it on the
don't know
record that
about
we're
a
going to have a cow next meeting.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay,
What time is it going to be, 6 or 6:30?
6:30. 2 weeks.
Well, our next meeting.
2 weeks.
Next meeting.
The next meeting, 6:30, correct?
I didn't set a time yet
Okay.
because we're just kind of finalizing things, and I know that at 5 p.m. we have a ribbon cutting, so probably in the next week we'll determine what the time will be.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay, we'll go back to a motion to adjourn. Alderman Daniel made the motion. Second, Alderman Stewie.
All right, you got it going.
Roll call.
Alderman Danahill.
Yes.
Alderman Keeler.
Yes.
Alderman McCarthy.
Yes.
Alderman Wolf.
Yes.
Alderman Emmett.
Yes.
Alderman Stewie.
Yes.
Motion is passed.
Fell asleep.
Oh, you're staying by yourself.
Meeting adjourned.
Okay, thanks.